Hello everyone, my name is Cap, and welcome back to the channel. Another 7 Days to Die video. Now I'm doing all this in Alpha 17.1, this is stable build 9, and this is done on the PC. Now in this video, what I'm going to be testing is whether or not fall bridge traps still work. And basically, you have a gap going up a ramp here that goes across the bridge to where you would be standing, and theoretically the zombies will run up, go through the gap, or whatever you have set up here, fall down, take some damage, run around and keep going in a circle until they eventually fall and die of fall damage. So I have 25 Sylvias over here. They're all kind of bebopping inside of each other right now. We'll get them all loose here in just a minute. So the way I have this set up here now is a popular one here. You get the basic hatches and just flip them upside down and then open them up. Now, the way it used to work before they did some pathfinding changes was the zombies would run up, they would run across here thinking they can get to you, fall off, take some damage, and run around in circles and keep going. So we're going to test if that still works. A couple other bridge designs, some bridge gap tests. And so what I did here was I reinforced the columns on both sides and all the way up here, so maybe they won't destroy them trying to get to me. And that's something else too, is what they changed with that pathfinding is if their first path they can't seem to get to you, will they keep going around in circles and trying to get to you, or will they start beating on the platform? So I had some spike traps here and some reinforced metal, blocks all the way around it on both sides, hoping that if their AI sees it as it would be way more difficult to go this way of trying to beat it down than to just run up on the ramp, then they're going to keep going this way. Alright, to make it a little easier for everybody to see, I'm going to stop and pause the camera right here. And then I'll fly myself over here and make sure I'm standing on top of the platform here so you can see me there. That way we know where they actually are. Now, I'm going to turn on God mode here just so if they do figure out how to get to me, they don't kill me before I can get the camera switched back around. So, we're going to turn the AI on, fire off a shot, so, let's see what they actually do. Alright, so we got the horde, they come running up. And so far so good. The hatches, they're going right through the hatches, and then they're going over, and you can see there's a big chunk of them that are going straight for trying to attack the platforms here. Now they're going to take damage on the iron spike traps and stuff down there, so it'll weed off some of them. But I wanted to see if they will continually try and run back and forth through there. You used to be able to use the hatches and make a little bit further than just 2 out. If you go 3 now, it causes it to collapse. So it seems like 2 is the biggest you can go. So we've already lost a decent supply of our Sylvias here due to the iron trap down there, but we have a couple that are still trying to get up the ramp. But not really. Let's fire off another shot and see if they can get to us here. Alright, let's go. Let's come back over this way. Anybody left? Alright, we got one lone Sylvia left, it looks like. Let's see if she's going to try and do it. Alright. Can you make it? Oh, nicely done. Back up though. Woo! Nope, sorry, I went too far. Hard to aim when I can't see it here. We're just shooting blindly right at the moment. I don't know where she's at. I can't hit her. She's definitely coming to get me though. Alright, so she hit me, no big deal. So she did figure out how to get across that gap. So whether or not this trap is to be considered still works or not, I don't know. But we'll try another one and see how it works out. Alright, so we have another one that works out a little bit. Now, I had to remove a block in order for this one to work out necessarily, but you can get regular doors and rotate them, and you can see the way they space them when you lay them down sideways is kind of weird, but it ends up with this little gap that you can have here. So, if you are here, you can walk right across the middle and still jump on these things, but, we're hoping that the zombies will fall through, and of course you can make yourself a little drawbridge using doors like this as well. But we're hoping, like I said, that the zombies will see this as a way to get to you and possibly just fall through. Now what I did was I added a second row of iron spikes all the way around these things, so maybe it'll stop them from jumping on top of them again. We've got 20 more Sylvias over here. We're going to get this all lined up here so we can see what's going on. Let's get a little bit of an aerial view here. Okay, so pause the camera, come over here. So make sure we're up here. Okay, so now we're going to see what this will actually do. See if this has any better effect, if this setup will work anymore. Now, of course, if you're doing this style setup in real life, you could always make the bridge, much higher so that the fall is much higher too, so then they'll take more damage. Okay, so one made it. Ow, ow. Turn on God mode real quick so they don't kill me. Alright, so the doors don't really do as much as you would hope or whatever. Some of them are falling through, but most of them are just taking the jump. And you can see that's about a 3 gap block right there that they're making jump over there, and none of them are having a problem clearing that anymore. So being able to use the doors as a gap isn't really doing anything anymore. Alright, we're going to have to step back a little bit here. Alright, because they're going to kill me before I can get back over there. Okay, let me just go back into... Okay, so I'm bleeding here. Alright. So you can see that using the doors laid down horizontally as a gap is not really doing anything anymore, because they seem to just jump right over the top of them anymore. So this is definitely not a valid, fall trap here. I have seen just a couple fall in here, but most of them are just, they're taking out all their frustrations over years of testing and stuff. So this one's not working anymore. Obviously, they can definitely jump a lot more than they used to be able to. I'm just going to stand on top of them. But not too many of them are falling off this way here. Now, some of them do when they're coming back through this way. Let's see. Let's give them another chance to run back around. Okay, so she jumped, okay, so they're all just jumping. I would definitely say the door version of this bridge is a no-go. But let's reset and try something else. Alright, so the last one I'm going to actually test out is a little bit of an older style here. You can use these quarter blocks, and if you put them up here with a little bit of a gap between them, a lot of times these quarter blocks will cause them to think that this is a completed jump here, and they can, well, a completed space, and they'll try and make the jump here. And then I put in some iron spikes on this side, and of course I got everything down around there. So what I'm hoping is that they'll come up, run, think they can make the jump, hit the spikes, fall off, and go around in circles. That's the hope. We'll see if that actually works out. Now, I'm not the most expert ramp drop trap builder in the entire world, never claimed to be for sure. This is just an idea to test out if they still work at all, because they used to work just fine, but whether they do or not anymore, it remains to be seen. So far it looks like the hatch one worked a little bit. I'm going to turn God mode back on a little bit, get our gun ready. Hatch one worked a little bit. The door did not. Okay, so let's see what they do here. Let's see if they can make that jump at all here. Okay, so they're definitely making the jump onto the first spike there, but a lot of them are falling off as well. And that's not too terribly bad. So you can see they're continuously going back around there. A lot of them are going for the ramp itself, but of course that one little spike trap didn't stop them from making it here. So hang on just a second. Let's turn them off here. Hang on real quick. Alright, same setup here, but we removed the quarter block on this side to see if they'll still try and go for the jump or not with that actually there. And see, that way maybe they have one less thing to stand on. Let's see if they'll go for the jump, hit the spikes, and just fall straight off. Okay, so they're still being able to make that fall. So once they do enough damage to that spike to make it, collapse or whatever, they will, land up on top of here, which is a few less than what they actually had. So maybe you could do a little bit more. Let's see, I better turn God mode back on before they go ahead and kill us here. We'll go ahead and stop them. Let's try one more thing here. Alright, so what we did was we just took out the an extra block over here, make the gap a little bit bigger to see if they'll come at us and just hit the spikes and fall off. But you can see that they are making the jump regardless here. That's about a 3.5, it's a 3 block gap or whatever, but you can see a lot of them have made that without any problems at all. So having these big gap here is definitely not helping out at all. Most of them have absolutely fallen off. Hang on, let me, hey. Back up, back up. Okay, so they are easily making that gap here. Feral Sylvia has got some ups. And you missed entirely. Okay, you didn't miss. You didn't miss. Alright, let's try one more setup here while we got this actually going here and see what we can do. Alright, the last one we're going to try here is one that's actually a pretty popular way to do this here. So I got, it's a 4 block gap to get from one side to the other. I've got a quarter block there, hoping they'll see that out here. And I set up some iron bars in front of me on this side. So we're hoping, instead of just running into the basic trap and getting stuck and landing up there with me, they will run into it and fall down and continue to go around in circles. So this one used to work okay. So they would just hit that and fall on down. But you can see they stack up pretty well now. They're going to do some damage to the block that's underneath me. And so it's kind of working a little bit. It's keeping them from making it to me whatsoever. But they're definitely going to wreak havoc on this tower that I have built over there. So they're landing on the trap. A couple of them are trying to get back around over there. But for the general notion of this is an absolute fantastic way to do it, no, not so much. This used to work a little bit better than it does now. Obviously, having some really good reinforced traps and towers here will help keep you protected for a little while. But these are just basic Sylvias. I mean, they're Feral Sylvias, so they can run and jump a little bit farther. But if you ended up with a Blood Moon Horde doing all this, you would pretty much be screwed here. So, the ones that do jump can't make it up here with you. So they are at least still taking some fall damage. And of course, if you wanted to make this tower much, much higher, you could. And this could kind of work a little bit. But you can see we kind of got the carousel thing going on here. We got a few of them working. So, can this work? Sorta. Does it work fantastically? Nah. It used to work a little bit better. So anyway, like I said before, I'm not an expert when it comes to building all the different kinds of fall traps. I've seen a lot of people build different ones over the years that have looked fantastic. These are just some of the methods that I've used in the past, and I know that I've seen other people use before, with the hatches, the doors, just the quarter blocks, and putting traps up there so they hit them like barbed wire or something, so they hit them kind of get stuck. But this one, at least with a smaller group of zombies, it seems to be working a little bit more. When she does try and make the jump, see, she finally died enough from fall damage there. So, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and call this one as a viable possible option here. Let's get this back out of here. So this is a viable option here. You can make the little gap here. Like I said, it's about 4 blocks. 1, 2, 3, and then 4, and I got the quarter block there. So, it's a decent sized jump for them to have to make. I got just regular iron bars here. They don't seem to be able to do any damage to them when they just slam into them. So as long as you're up high enough so they take some fall damage, set up some stuff around the bottom here so they take plenty of damage and they don't destroy your tower quickly like they're trying to do here, this could actually work out. So if you've done a better tower trap, fall trap like this in Alpha 17.1 and whatever, let me know in the comment section down below of something you've done that's actually worked out, and maybe I'll test it out in video and see how it actually works for other people. If you enjoyed the video, do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button down below, and be sure to subscribe if you're not already so you don't miss out on future videos. Thank you guys so much for your time. You have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later.